Okay.
I don't
Okay, I
know,
see it.
guys.
All
I'm
right.
just coming up with random
It's
things.
giving, yeah, it's
No,
giving, it's okay. Just like the first one was giving me like NFL, like this one's giving me like hockey a little bit.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they get
That's
speaking
what
the
I'm
of,
for.
shootout, yeah.
I also have one. Power
Oh,
play.
Yes.
Double yellow doesn't exist for a red. You
yes.
just have to sit out.
This beautiful game that we all love of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. It's been around forever. And that doesn't mean it can't get better. This holiday season, we are doing our wish list, our rule change wish list, if you will, picking a rule to change the game of football. So we're each going to propose one, two. It can change the game, it can be removed from the game, it can be new and added, it can just be tweaked, something that already exists in the game. We know people love talking about this on the internet. So let us know your rule changes for football, soccer, and we're going to give you ours and let us know how they go. Sandra, you are up first because you currently don't have a job as you've abandoned your head coaching
I
duties
got
at Houston.
time.
So you have all the time to come up with new rules for the sport.
I got nothing but time. You know, it got me thinking. I'm really glad that we brought this as a segment because I forgot which episode it was, what segment it was, and I mentioned the concept of like a clock when it comes to pitch side reviews, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I think I'd like to see
Ooh.
a clock
Oh,
involved when it comes to making these types of rules. If the concept of clear and obvious is something that exists when reviewing these types of things for the center official pitch side, then you have to lean into that. That concept exists so that those decisions can be made in an efficient manner. But sometimes that's not always the case. And we saw that so often in NWSL with the integration of VAR for the first time. And it it affected not just one, not just two, but every match week throughout the duration of NWSL 2024. So, what are some things in which maybe there could be some efficiency in making those things? At a clock. I think if you are finding yourself officiating at these levels, you have a certain amount of experience. You have to have a certain amount of confidence in making your calls. And if you're making that call in real time on the pitch, and for whatever reason, someone in the booth says maybe you should take a second look, take your second look. But you've got your call and you've got 30 to 45 seconds to review it. And here are your angles. So if after the 30, 40, or to 45 seconds, there is not enough there to overturn the call that was already made, then you got to stick with the call on the pitch. So I want to see the incorporation of a clock for some of the reviews.
Wow,
Sandra,
that is
Bring
I
me the
had
clock.
the exact same. I
Bring me
think
the
a
clock.
30-second limitation on how long a referee can go check
wow.
VAR. There's no way it should be 3, 4, 5 minutes. That's insane. You're killing the momentum of the game. You're killing the spirit of the game. If it's not clear and obvious, move on. Like we were fine before VAR. Yes, there was some wonky calls, but VAR makes a plenty of mistakes. How many goals did we see that weren't offside,
Mhm.
that were called offside? If you're not getting it after 30 seconds, you ain't got it. Let's move on. No
So
no
does
more time due to a referee not and VAR disagreeing, not being sure, people in the booth aren't sure, communication being cut. Like, this is whack. This
Yeah.
is whack. That should not affect how the players and the momentum of the game flows.
Mhm.
I have a follow-up question to both of you for this one. So it is now a little bit more so on the VAR booth to prepare the tape ready
Mhm.
for the center official to review it, right? That's more so what you want, a little bit more efficiency there and then the decision making. So does that mean in the run of play, as VAR is checking something, the game will continue and until they have it prepared to be a 30-second review? So that means arguably the run of play could have continued for 3 or 4 minutes, completely changing whatever is happening, and then they stop the game and say, "We're gonna go back and look at something that happened 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago." Is that acceptable?
Oh man, should we like along with the clock, should we add in like a run of play rule? Like are you're giving me like NFL vibes here, Lisa, where it's just like
Yeah.
Mhm,
if you gotta if the coach wants a challenge flag, like go maybe we need to do that. Along with the clock, we need a
Oh,
coach's
I
challenge
like
flag.
that.
How about that? And
I
if
like
you
the
see that,
challenge
then you
flag.
have to stop the play. Then you have to stop the run of play, and then you review it. Maybe with the clock, we also get a flag. One flag for the whole game.
Each coach gets one
Each
challenge
coach
flag.
gets one challenge the entire game. And if it's a knockout round game, you get one if it goes to extra time. But only for the regulation, one challenge.
Regulation 1. Interesting. That just throws a whole other wrinkle into the game of soccer.
Why not? Let's go.
Why not?
Let's go. They already
guys,
do tactical timeouts. Maybe you use your challenge
this
flag
is
as a tactical
true.
timeout. Oh, I want to see so and so did a snot rocket at one of my players. You should look at that. And it ends up being
Pet
nothing.
peeve.
And it ends up being nothing. But over the 30 seconds, they got a tactical timeout. So
I love that both of your brains were on the same wavelength here. I, meanwhile, am on Mars. I have come up with crazy rules. I didn't necessarily think like we had to come up with something that would actually help. I was just like thinking of fun things to do. So my rule is that at the end of regulation, if it's a draw, if it's tied, that there will be, each team gets 4 set pieces to score.
oh my God.
Instead of like a penalty shootout or something. So there will be 8 set pieces total. One corner kick, the offensive team gets to pick which side they want to take the corner from. And then 3 set pieces, one from the top of the D at the edge of the 18, and then 2 about 25, 30 yards out. I haven't quite decided where, on either side, like at an angle coming towards goal. And that's how you get to score at the end of the game. Chaos ensuing.
In like a regular game?
In a regular game.
Oh my goodness. So you're basically like no more draws. There will never be draws again in soccer.
Well, it could still end in a draw.
Okay.
Like, right, if no one scores on these 8 set pieces, right, 4 for each team, then it could end in a draw. But at least you get
that would be terrible.
Oh my goodness.
That would be terrible.
So we're talking about adding in a clock
Lisa,
and trying to not extend the game. And Lisa's like, extend the game,
longer and more boring.
No,
depending on the team.
Oh goodness.
More fun, because now you have to focus more on set piece specialists who can score directly from them, or just chaos ensuing, like as the ball gets back into the run of play.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like one-on-one basketball. So like if the defending team defends the corner and they get it past the halfway line, it stops and resets.
Okay. I see
guys.
it.
All right. I'm just coming up with random things.
It's giving, it's okay. Just like the first one was giving me like NFL, like this one's giving me like hockey a little bit.
Yeah.
They get
Speaking of
shootout, yeah.
I also have one. Power play.
Yes.
Double yellow doesn't exist for a red.
Yes.
You just have to sit out. Your team is now at a deficit for, let's say, 8 minutes into the match.
You want a penalty box.
Yeah,
I love it.
I want a penalty box.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, in lieu of like the blue card,
that would be
just
fun.
get a penalty box.
Yes, just get a penalty box. Let's say it's 5 to 8 minutes, depending on the degree of the foul. You only get a red if it's actually a red. You're harming somebody. You've done something disrespectful. You have poor sportsmanship, whatever. But your team is penalized. You're now down to 10 players.
Nice.
I like that. For like 2 minutes, 3 minutes? What is it?
Yeah.
Depending on the severity of it. I don't know. Let's...
a
major
in hockey is like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Tactical, like a tactical foul or something that could be a yellow.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I also think that we could, do away with like all the fields that are so perfect and just put a field in a park with a tree and a hill, and like,
you know what? Let's
have the it's kind of like golf, right? You just have to play around.
I was gonna say let's just be incorporating all the sports. You know what? You can use your hands in soccer now. You can use your hands in soccer now. Defenders, when you're in the box, use those hands.
That's
actually hilarious. Anybody can use their hands in the box. In the 18. No goalkeepers.
Inside it.
Get rid of the keepers. Any player can use their hands in the 18.
Just go catch that ball.
I love that. I love that.
Let's go.
These rules are out of the box. Doubtful that they'll happen. Maybe like the blue card penalty box. Like I could see that. I don't think they'll put a time on VAR.
Didn't they try to do that? Was it called the Sinbad or something?
Sin bin.
Yeah, Sin bin. Yeah. No, I think they've got great ideas. I think FIFA should hire us all immediately. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, now we all have multiple jobs as the head coach, and
Many
we work
we have
for
many
FIFA now.
talents.